It was a tricky game, wasn't it? Like, guys, it was a try disallowed in the first minute. We get in for two, could give up an intercept, score again. Was it 21-7 at that stage? And then obviously Lyon had a man in the bin then, and that's probably the period where we struggled the most. Started losing a few contacts. They got a bit of a rumble on. We started giving away a few penalties. Eventually they get in, and then at half time, 21-14, we looked a little bit edgy in the dressing room at half time. So started the second half, I thought the players applied themselves well, put a lot more pressure on Lyon, a bit more accurate in everything that we were doing. Lyon gave away a lot of penalties in that stage, and it was, there was a lot of stoppages in the game, so we never got any real rhythm. But that period, the start of the second half, was much better, and then we get in for a few more tries and get the job done. So obviously the bench came on. I thought they were generally pretty good as well, made good impact. But yeah, it was this very stop-start game. Obviously there was 3 TMO disallowed tries as well. So scored 6. Yeah, as you say, could have potentially been more, but it's enough to get us what we wanted out of the game, which is a win, bonus point, and on we go. So it was a very long week last week. You think game Sunday. We had a number of players that obviously had been off for a few weeks as well, so trying to get them back in the flow of things. So yeah, no, overall we're pretty pleased. Very good support we had here today as well. So it was good for the players to get in for a few tries at home here. Like, people tend to forget how heavily resourced a team like Lyon is, and how deep their squad is. And there's some of the players that they have. They have a lot of very good quality young players, and France are off the back of winning the World Under-20 Championship the last 2 seasons, and like Lyon have tapped into a lot of that with bringing a lot of young players through. So similar to ourselves. So yeah, we were under no illusions how tough it was going to be out there today. So credit to the players, got the job done. Now it's just about recovery, short week this week, and try and give a good account of ourselves next week over in Treviso. Yeah, for us, we just need to focus on ourselves now and how we go about making slight improvements in our game week by week. So it's a competitive group at the moment. Certain positions you can see where there's close calls, how those guys are performing. They know every second out in the field counts for them. So the minutes are valuable, and it's making sure that everyone gives a good account of themselves. So that's the thing that probably served us the best at the competition. Some guys have done well out of that game today. I think we'll have a look back now and make some calls. I think it's important to try and get that balance about the cohesion, but also bringing some fresh juice into the team as well. So we'll have a look back and get the opinion of a few people and see how guys have gone. No, that's another pleasing part, yeah. So I think we've come through pretty well from the game. So this time of year, a lot of teams are talking about injuries to their team, etc. But I think we've come out of the game pretty well. The rest of today, tomorrow, we'll get back out in the field on Tuesday. Train again Thursday. We'll be off Wednesday, train Thursday, and travel to Italy on Friday. And in many ways, as you come to the end of this block, sometimes those short turnarounds are good, because it means we have to be very specific in terms of our messaging to the players, concentrating a couple of small improvements in the game. We'll get back out there again now, so it's good. We've come to the end of a long block now. The players have applied themselves really well. It's important that we just finish strong, because it's important because of for the players. I say the block is long, but the players have been well managed within that. So a lot of guys have had a 2-week break over the last over that 3 weeks of into pros. So the players should be fresh now. We had a couple of tough sessions this week, with a view to this kind of turnaround, knowing that it's going to be a short turnaround. So they've trained hard last week, so maybe we were a little bit lacking of energy there at certain spurts there today. But I think the way the game unfolded didn't help, because obviously there was a lot of stoppages in plays. TMO was in on a good few occasions, which meant there was big breaks in play, so it was hard to get into a rhythm. So for us now, I think the players have done the work. Short training sessions this week for us, with a view to putting in a good performance now to finish the block.